This TSB television broadcast was made possible in part by the Kasson-Mantorville Youth Basketball Association.
Our coverage of the Kasson-Mantorville Girls Basketball Showcase continues with a pair of 3A teams in the hunt for section and state tournament play. It's the Byron Bears and the New Ulm Eagles. And this will be our second of three games. If you were listening to our earlier game, there was a change. Albert Lee could not make the trip. They got hit a little harder with yesterday's storm than this area, so we'll have just three games for you. Byron, New Ulm, and then Stewartville and Benilde St. Margaret's to wrap up the day. But we've got quite the match for you here. New Ulm at 11-2, Byron at 10-2. Byron, I wouldn't say turning things around, but they've taken a step up from last year when they went 15-13. Their lone state tournament appearance was 2018 when Ayoka Lee was a senior. Unfortunately, she got hurt in that state tournament run. Kendra Harvey, she's the player to watch, making Hiawatha Valley All-Conference last year, nearly 17 points and 4 steals per game. She crossed 1,000 points for her career last year. Madison Ulm, another player to watch, 12.7 points per game. For New Ulm, they were 17-9 a year ago. They have never reached the state tournament. They're in Section 2. Stewartville figures to be, I take that back. Marshall figures to be the toughest competitor in that group. Daviney Dreckman is their leading playmaker, 16.3 points per game, 6.1 rebounds. The starters for New Ulm, it's Daviney Dreckman, Morgan Holke, Maddie Backer, Ramsey Hopp, and Betsy Joyce. Byron will start Kayla Stork, Madison Ulm, Paige Halder, Alexis Nelson, and Kendra Harvey. New Ulm playing without Brooklyn Lewis. She is their starting point guard, but broke her hand early in the season and has yet to return. We've had quite a few hand injuries. In fact, big-name playmakers, Olivia Olson missed 6 weeks, and Jakayla Kraft, she's out 5 to 6 weeks with a dislocated finger that had to get reset. We're underway. New Ulm wearing the white, Byron wearing the black. And New Ulm wasting little time, making their presence felt. Daviney Dreckman scoring for the Eagles. Again, she averages nearly 17 a game. And Morgan Holke averaging 17.5. Byron also shorthanded. Alexis Nelson scores, but they have done quite well. I believe Byron's shorthanded. I'm still getting names and numbers down, but again, they have played well this season, sneaking into the top 10. They picked up a win over Stewartville to start the season and lost a close one with Goodhue last week. Here come the Eagles. Going across, Morgan Holke can't get it to fall. Harvey, up and in with the baseline J. Byron off to a 4-2 start over New Ulm. Again, these are both 3A schools, so there is some section seeding, perhaps state tournament seeding, should one of these two get through. Again, New Ulm will likely have to deal with Marshall in the section, and Byron, their biggest foe, Stewartville. Byron will keep it on the side out. If you're wondering, New Ulm did play Marshall earlier this season, lost that one by 20. But as we know, those second meetings can be unpredictable. Byron in a little bit of trouble there. Julie Rogers, the head coach for New Ulm. Ben Pollack, the head coach for Byron. Julie has been at the helm for a long time in New Ulm. A couple more southern Minnesota teams. Byron in the Rochester area. Here's a deep three for the Bears. Madison Ulm has mastered the art of the rim or rim shot. I'll show myself out. 7-2 the score. I've seen a couple of them. I don't think I've seen so many games where the ball just finesses its way through the rim like that. No finesse needed there. Kendra Harvey with the steal and score. Byron with a quick 9-2 lead. We've got a timeout. 15:50 left in the first half. Kendra Harvey, 1,000-point score. A few more notes about the players here. For Byron, Kendra Harvey, all Hiawatha Valley, as we noted in the open. She has an older sister with Down syndrome, but she considers her one of her best friends, and she's involved in the school's Unified Club, which gets kids with and without disabilities together and playing sports. Mara Braun, also a big participant in Unified Special Olympics programs at Wayzata and now at Minnesota, and certainly an understandable connection in the case of Kendra Harvey, serving as a voice, a liaison to a community that may not always have one. As we return to action, New Ulm looking to settle things down after that quick 9-2 start from the Bears of Byron. Eagles, well, that's one way to do it. Draw a foul, get to the line. Maddie Backer to shoot two. Becker on the season, 10.7 points per game, 3.7 rebounds. A softball and basketball player. She's been on varsity since 8th grade for softball. And Julie Rogers said, "We're lucky to have such a complete player on our roster." One of the quickest first steps in the conference. And New Ulm in the Big South, if you're wondering. Becker splits at the line to make it 9-3. Halder to number 3. That's Gabriela Cornejo. Lost it. Traveling violation. And we'll say it's a little unfortunate that we can't feature the home school at their own invitational, but again, the snowstorm that brushed the Twin Cities had a little more of an effect in the southern part of the state. So an abbreviated schedule here at Casa Manorville for the girls basketball showcase. Hopefully next year we'll be able to get the games in full. Free throws coming for Daviney Dreckman. As you know, in winter, the weather does not care what you think. Dreckman was an honorable mention in Class AAA All-State last year. One of the leaders of this team. She's part of a singing group in her school called Oak Street Singers. They meet every Monday night for 2 hours and rehearse. They perform at contests and have seasonal concerts in their community. So if anyone needs a Star Spangled Banner singer on short notice, I'm guessing Daviney and her Oak Street Singer pals can help you out. 9-5, Byron unable to get that shot to fall. Rebound collected by New Ulm. As we continue to sort out names and numbers. Ball is loose and picked up by the Eagles. Dreckman, the bounce pass. 3 from the key. That was long. Maddie Backer on the attempt. A foul from behind after Paige Halder initially mishandled the dribble. And Kayla Stork will check back in for Byron. Crazy to think these two have just one state tournament appearance between them. On the move. That was Madison Ohm on the take, couldn't get it down. Newell thought about it. Running a set. Ramsey Hop out to Backer for 3. It's pure. Backer with her first 3-pointer. Her first field goal overall. New Ulm located in Brown County. 14,000 their population. Here's Paige Halder. Around traffic, but can't flip it in, a little too strong. Halder gets back for the takeaway. Ohm pulls up. Can't get the bounce. Rebound will be retrieved by Betsy Joyce. Not going to leave anything to chance. Drive and the layup. Maddie Backer finding her groove in the early part of this one. And New Ulm, after trailing 9-2, they've scored the last 8 to take a 10-9 lead. The elbow J banks in for Kayla Stork, and that will end the 8-0 run from New Ulm. Dreckman inside. The high-low play pays off for Betsy Joyce. Byron says, right back at you. Kendra Harvey, who is part of the Minnesota Stars, or was for a time, I think one of the bigger players from there. I'd have to double check. My club knowledge isn't as vast as my high school knowledge. 3 from the wing doesn't fall in for Ramsey Hop. Becker brings the ball up. They held a 13-12 lead. Harvey with 6 points. Halder. Spin move, nothing there. Goes to Kayla Stork for 3. Bullseye. Stork with her first triple. She leads the team in assists. Ben Pollock in his first year as head coach for the Bears. Dreckman goes baseline for the bucket. And we've got ourselves a high-flying tempo unfolding here at Home Federal Arena. Stork. Out to Ohm. Lost it on the high-low play. Count it. Maddie Backer doesn't back down from anybody. Maddie's favorite subject is math, and her favorite music artist is Zach Bryan. If she didn't live here, she would consider Hawaii or Montana. Now, those are two completely different climate zones. She can't complete the three-point play, but she does have 8, and we are even at 16 in a battle of 3A teams. Byron looking strong. And New Ulm hoping to pick up a big win against a top 10 team in Class 3A. 8 to shoot for Byron. In the lane, Kayla Stork gets the turnaround to fall. Backer kicks out, 3-ball, corner pocket. Dreckman. Stork draws the foul. She'll shoot 2. No, it's overruled. An offensive foul was called instead. So I'll have to save my notes on Stork for another time. New Ulm was looking for a little give-and-go route, but the pass was overthrown, and Byron takes over. New Ulm with a 19-18 lead with 9:26 left in the first half. It's a 3. Kendra Harvey can't score off the pull-up. New Ulm will hang on to it. Stewartville and Benilde St. Margaret's will follow. And that'll be it from Casson Manorville. New Ulm scores. That's Morgan Holke. Trying to flourish inside. Byron in trouble, and a foul is called on the Eagles on the bump by Dreckman. A little bit of a misunderstanding there. Cornejo sharing a laugh. I think the official thought, or may have thought, that Cornejo believed the foul was on her, and a few folks are having a laugh about it. Pass deflected, or I should say ball deflected, so New Ulm can retrieve. No backcourt violation. Byron zoning up. Holke to Riley Wilson. Bounce pass, tipped, and taken away. This is Cornejo. She was fouled before the shot. New Ulm still had a few to give. It's the first on Morgan Holke. Byron will take a timeout. 8 minutes, 10 seconds left in the first half. 21-18 our score. In a battle of Southern Minnesota 3A teams. Some fast facts about Byron. We'll rock you with a few. Population 6,300. Part of the Rochester area. You can find it in Olmsted County. Byron actually sits 5 miles west, and Grant McGinnis, I was talking with him and a few others who have visited Byron over the years. They've noted the expansion of the city, and I know we think of the Twin Cities metro area, but some of these other regional spots, Duluth, Rochester, Mankato, St. Cloud, they have their own network as well. And athletically, I think it's safe to say Aoka Lee, one of the most notable names, holds the NCAA record for most points in a game with 61. Byron lost it. Lee has worked her way through a couple of injuries. New Ulm looking to get another 3 on the board. They cannot. Dead ball rebound to the Eagles. And to finish up on Lee, she had a knee injury that took her out of the state tournament, and then had another one that dampened her follow-up to that terrific season she had a couple years ago, but giving it one more go. Picked up a split against Iowa this year. Halder. Can't get the layup, but Alexis Nelson does. New Ulm for three. It's Backer, and she rattles it in. Got herself open on the wing. Backer with 11. And she is having a splendid, splendid game. Harvey draws the blocking foul. Will they give her the shooting motion? Doesn't appear so. I asked because New Ulm still had a couple to give. The first game, Winona Cotter, we covered. They got out in front and stayed there against Hayfield. We've seen a lot of back and forth early. Kendra Harvey lines up a deep three. Byron looking for some more second chance points. They don't get it, at least not yet, but they are scrapping on the offensive side of the glass as Cornejo draws another foul. And that is the last to give for the Eagles. It's the second on Betsy Joyce, and both players, both teams I should say, have put in just 6 players in the rotation. Ten to shoot for Byron. This is Harvey out at the elbow. Lobs it. Alexis Nelson didn't quite have the touch. I don't know if she was disrupted at the last minute or just didn't get the right form on it, but it was a great play. Nothing to show for it, unfortunately. New Ulm turns it over, 6:27 left in the first half. 24-20. Byron's 2 losses, Dover, Iota, and Goodhue. And we mentioned Dover, Iota earlier. Goodhue, one of the top teams in Class A. Their 2 losses were by a combined 4 points. That tells you how competitive Byron has been in their first year with Ben Pollock at the helm. And they will have Goodhue one more time. Goodhue in the same conference, the Hiawatha Valley. They also play Jordan later. Here's Harvey for 3, and everything rattling in no matter which side it is. The rims are friendly. Stewartville also in the conference. Byron will get to play them one more time. They opened the season with a win against them. Here they come on the steal and run out for Paige Halder, her first bucket. And Byron now leads 25-24. Timeout New Ulm in what has been a series of lead changes. New Ulm, we highlighted them a little bit. You'll find them in Brown County, west of here, population 14,000. The U.S. Dakota War began with the attack at the Lower Sioux Agency, only 30 miles up the river from New Ulm, so it had a role in that. And the citizens of New Ulm closely followed events in Europe during World War I. And then in World War II, German POWs were housed in a camp to the immediate southeast of New Ulm, what is now Flandreau State Park. So a lot of history in there. You'll also find the Minnesota Music Hall of Fame on the brighter side of things, and they consider themselves the polka capital of the nation, billing itself with that moniker at the start of KNUJ, the radio station. The festival was held each year in July. They still celebrate German culture through their Oktoberfest event, Bachfest often scheduled concurrently, and Bavarian Blast, a summer festival. It is also the filming location of the independent film The Toilers and the Wayfarers, It also was a filming location for the documentary American Beer and the setting of the 2009 film Newentown. So New Ulm may not be the biggest in size, but they have had a lot of history. 5:31 to go, and a lot of notable names to come through there as well. If you get a chance, check out the notable people page. I often hit up Wikipedia, which we know is the expert source on everything, but it does give you actually a good Cliff Notes version of these cities that make Minnesota what it is. Terry Steinbach was born in New Ulm, former catcher in Major League Baseball, 3-time All-Star. An old friend of mine who's no longer with us, unfortunately, grew up in New Ulm, met her in college. Where are we? We've got Ulm with the elbow J. It's short. That's what happens when you have these extended stoppages. You get a lot of time to relay all these notes that you have been furiously researching. Byron gets the takeaway. Halder to Stork. The drive and the lob. 3 from the corner, goes off the back iron, rebound tipped. Harvey will take a 3. That goes off the heel as well. Kayla Stork, no lack of effort on her part to keep the possession alive, but it will go to New Ulm and then a tie-up. New Ulm holds the possession arrow. Both teams out of fouls to give with 4:45 to go. Three from the wing. Backer can't put it down. Rebound Ulm. Looking to go outlet. Pass was a little soft. New Ulm tips it and takes it away. Dreckman brings it up. Backer will try again. That 3 bounces out. And Benilde St. Margaret's, I see their head coach Tim Ellison taking a peek. And this game may have some significance with him as well. New Ulm throws it away. Stork chases after it. New Ulm was trying to get there first. Instead, Byron gets the live ball turnover. And nothing to show for it for the Bears. Riley Finney had a couple of looks along the baseline. And because of the foul, that's going to put New Ulm at the free throw line. Morgan Holke, the leading scorer at 17.5 per game, 4.1 rebounds. Gets the front end to fall, and I take that back. That wasn't Holke, although I'm sure she won't mind the shout out. That was Riley Wilson. Couldn't tell right away. Offensive rebound by Ramsey Hop. And a chance for New Ulm to pick up a few more points at the line as Backer drew the foul there. Backer, 10.7 points per game, 3.7 rebounds, leads the team in assists with 4.0. Julie Rogers, it's her 3rd year coaching at New Ulm. I've mentioned she's been doing this for a long time as Backer gets the front end to fall because she has spent her coaching career at 5 different schools in 4 different countries, 3 different continents. A well-traveled individual, to say the least. Backer makes both free throws. She's got 13, and New Ulm has a 2-point lead, 27-25. This is Stork, who skips it over to Ulm. This game has been back and forth. Both teams exchanging leads. It started when Byron jumped out to a 9-2 run. New Ulm scored the next 8. We've been trading blows ever since. Kayla Stork missing the 16-footer. Hop. Here's a three. Bullseye. And a foul underneath. I believe the basket will count. Yes. The foul occurred after the shot had been made. So Wilson does get credit for the three-pointer, but it's a foul on New Ulm, and because it was a loose ball foul, that's going to put Kendra Harvey at the line. This is a sequence you don't see often. One and one for Byron, and Harvey gets the front end to fall. Ben Pollock describes her as a do-it-all player. She can score from anywhere on the floor, take it to the hoop, and create for others. An experienced leader. And she knocks down both free throws, so New Ulm does lead 30-27, but Byron gets a couple of freebies. Now they move in for the steal. It's Harvey. Harvey, the wonder kid, so far in this game for the Bears. Paige Halder draws the foul. She'll shoot two. Halder, a North Dakota State commit in track, averaging close to 9 points per game, 3.8 steals. Known for her defensive acumen. She has developed an ability to take the ball to the hoop, and I mentioned this before. Brooke Honecker comes to mind with Providence Academy. Folks that are going in sports outside of basketball but staying with it, I applaud that because you can still make a lot of magic happen, as Halder has for Byron and as Honecker has for Providence Academy. It's a split for Halder, 2-point game. Backer, she's been feeling it, tried to go up to Ramsey Hop. Byron read the pass. They've got numbers. Harvey. She'll shoot two. Harvey made her last two and slowly padding her numbers. She's got 13. And we are tied again at 30. Stop me if you've heard that before. Byron bringing pressure up top. New Ulm able to get out of it, but not for long. A three on the way for Harvey. It's pure. She's got 16. Kendra Harvey leading this group, this pack of Bears. Wide open player near the baseline, and Ramsey Hop will at least get free throws out of it. She averages 8.1 points per game, 4.9 rebounds. Softball and basketball athlete. Softball and babysitting are her two biggest interests, and she is a Morgan Wallen fan. And I'm looking up and down this New Ulm roster for all of the polka connections the city has. I'm seeing a lot of country and hip-hop artists, and I see a Taylor Swift as well. So perhaps the polka bug hasn't gotten around to these kids yet. New Ulm gets the steal after the split from Hop. The turnaround doesn't fall. Maggie Joyce had that knocked away. Dead ball rebound to the Eagles. Three ball. That grazed the back iron. Harvey to Halder. Harvey from the right side. Bullseye. Kendra Harvey, 19 points. And Byron with their largest lead of the game. They force another poke, and they've got the arrow. Byron finding their groove late in the first half after getting that quick jump to start the game. It was 9-2. Harvey from the elbow. Less than a minute to go. At Home Federal Arena, Casson-Manorville, where we're playing an abbreviated version of the girls basketball showcase event. Pile up at midcourt, traffic jam at midcourt, cleanup at midcourt, however you categorize it, it was a spill. And if the late Johnny Carson were here, he might have made some quip about Kmart. The official is signaling to the scores table to reset the shot clock to 34 seconds. So New Ulm has about a 5-second difference shot clock to game clock. And they won't need that long because Maggie Joyce broke free down low again, and this time converts the layup. Shot clock is off. Harvey biding her time. Cornejo. Addison Johnson over to Ulm. Is it Kendra Harvey time? Or will someone like Halder take the reins? Halder broken up. Byron ball, they'll have 3.4 to do something with it. Harvey, the runner. Not there, but she was just about everywhere in the first half, scoring 19 points. And Byron in a tight one with New Ulm, 36-33 in a battle of 3A powers, trying to get the upper hand and give themselves a quality win that could serve useful when we get to sections. We'll be back in about 10 minutes. In game time, that is. It'll be a little shorter for you as we continue our coverage of the Casson-Manorville Girls Basketball Showcase from Home Federal Arena. Byron leads New Ulm by 3.
This TSB television broadcast was made possible in part by the Casson-Manorville Youth Basketball Association.
Twin Cities Sports Broadcasting, and a whole lot more. That's what you get from TSB Television. We provide long-lasting digital coverage of your favorite athletes from the preps to the pros. Dazzling moves.
Holloman, good if it goes. Yes!
Game winners.
From James. She's in trouble. Finds James. Toss shot! It goes in!
And everything in between. Before we let you go, do you want to say hi to anybody?
Oh, I don't know. That put me on the spot there.
If you want to connect with our audience, visit us at patreon.com/TSB Television or sponsor our coverage through PayPal and Cash App. Thank you for watching.
We're back at Home Federal Arena, Casson-Manorville High School, as we continue coverage of the Casson-Manorville Girls Basketball Invitational. Say that 5 times fast. Byron leads New Ulm by 3, 36-33. The first half numbers go something like this. Kendra Harvey, 19 points to lead the Bears. Kayla Stork with 7. And for New Ulm, Maddie Backer has 13. Daviney Dreckman has 9. Both teams in the thick of it in the Class 3A standings. And for Byron, being in the Hiawatha Valley, they should get a few more quality matches in conference play with Goodhue and Stewartville in the mix. Rochester Lord, they had their heyday a few years ago with Alyssa Usby. One of two showcase events for Casa Manorville. Again, one of the host sites for the Southern Hoops Fest, meant to highlight some of the top teams in the southern part of the state. And a couple of matchups we weren't able to bring you today. Again, if you're watching this on the TSB Television YouTube channel, there'll just be 3 games in all. 2 teams had to cancel, so Kendra Harvey, with the shot clock winding down, opts for the elbow J, and she can't get it to fall. Three on the way, and it bounces off the heel. New Ulm follows through, getting the putback. Daviney Dreckman. Oh no. Something happened with Paige Halder. I think she took a hit to the face. She's grabbing that bridge between nose and forehead. May have taken an inadvertent hit and will be subbed out for now as a precaution. Doesn't look to be anything too serious, but we'll have to see what unfolds. Here's a 3 for Harvey. Bullseye. And as long as she is cooking for Byron, that will go a long way. Foul was called on Byron's Gabriela Cornejo. New Ulm got the inbound down low. Betsy Joyce facing a double. New Ulm swings it around. Hop couldn't get the shooting space for a 3. 6 to shoot. Deep 3 for Backer. New Ulm saves it, or so they thought. Well, they do hold the arrow. Holke lost it to Cornejo. Byron missed the mark, and an offensive foul is called. Holke goes across, 3 from the left wing. Swish. Dreckman up to 14. I don't believe either side has led by more than 7, and that was early in the game when Byron led 9-2. Harvey with the answer. Off the front iron, follows her own miss and draws the foul. Turning into a battle of Harvey versus Dreckman. Dreckman, by the way, will play Division II basketball at Jamestown in North Dakota. And New Ulm, again, they've had to play without Brooklyn Lewis. Hoping to get her back. Hand injuries take a while. The lob inside from Cornejo to Alexis Nelson. Nets the Bears another bucket. .43 left in the second half. A foul was called. And it was on Riley Wilson of New Ulm. Byron leads 41-38. Stork goes back out to Ulm. Now Stork at the right wing. Goes for the turnaround and gets the friendly bounce. Byron leads by 5, 43-38. Picked up a little momentum to end the first half, but New Ulm has stayed right with them. That three goes off the front of the rim, and a dead ball rebound to New Ulm. I do have some German ancestry, so I wonder if New Ulm would offer me an invite to one of their many German festivals. Polka, that I'm going to need a little work on. My experience with polka is mostly limited to the polka medleys that Weird Al would put out with every album release. Byron poking the ball away. That was Kendra Harvey rising up for the block and the takeaway. She finds Cornejo, who recovers and scores. Gabriella Cornejo, the 5'5" senior. She gets on the board. And with Byron now holding their largest lead of the game, we've got a timeout. With 13:42 left in the second half, 46-38. Some storylines when you get a chance to see this game that took place include a 49-point effort from Madden Greenway yesterday as Providence Academy took down Edina. That wasn't a surprise, but 49, that's not any old amount. Kendra Harvey, she's got 22 in this game to lead Byron, and we'll see if we can get a word with her. Again, with the abbreviated schedule, there's a little more time in between games. But Benilde St. Margaret's in Stewartville. I'm curious to see what the crowd will be like. A lot of Stewartville fans came out last week for the game against Providence. I see Benilde in uniform, ready to go. They got Olivia Olson back, and they have been looking pretty smooth since her return. Again, though, this has been a back-and-forth game. New Ulm can work their way back in a hurry, and a three from the wing can certainly help. That's the second tray for Riley Wilson. 46-41. The Anoka Ramsey Hall of Fame Classic taking place today as well, the three girls games. Already on the verge of completion. Kendra Harvey's three offline, dead ball rebound to New Ulm. And elsewhere, Robbinsdale Cooper took care of Minneapolis North, 72-46. But Minneapolis North going through some turbulence as of late, playing shorthanded and then having that ordeal on Tuesday. New Ulm ball, three ball. That would have been big had it gone in for Hop. Instead, Byron has a chance to score in transition, and Paige Halder making her return after that brief respite. Puts her total up to 5. New Ulm coughs it up. a few other games postponed or canceled, and again, it's unfortunate. Austin and Marshall. Marshall won that litany of athletes. Austin with the all-time single game record holder, but like we said before, the weather doesn't care about what you think. Wayzata and Roseville also playing today up at Roseville. That game should carry some significance. Foul on Byron after Ramsey Hopp collected the rebound. 12:20 left in the second half. And we had a tight one up at Anoka Ramsey. St. Peter edging Matamidi 81-80. Matamidi, I don't know if they're a front runner, but they're looking pretty spry. Riley Finney comes up with a steal, and Byron getting a few more defensive plays in as of late. Oh, 3-ball, corner pocket. Defense turning into offense. But then they foul Maddie Backer. That's going to be on Halder as she was bringing the ball up. Those are the toughest fouls to take. St. Peter, a top team in 3A as well. Matamidi almost got the win there. Byron, once again, they bring pressure, get the ball back. Cornejo out of control and draws the foul. Byron with their largest lead of the game, and Cornejo has a chance to add to it. Had a 3-point play not too long ago. It's a split for Cornejo, but Ohm tips the rebound to herself. Byron will get another 20. Big chance here. And a reverse 3-point play as Kayla Stork scoops it in from the left side. Halder bringing the defense up top again. Bit of token pressure on the part of Byron. And remember, New Ulm, they're having to play without Brooklyn Lewis, who's still recovering from a broken hand. Oh, look out. That's going to be a foul on Byron's Cornejo. That will be her third. She's got 3 and Finney has 3. They're both coming off the bench, so maybe not the worst players to have in foul trouble, but you don't want to lose them either, especially with the smaller rotation we've seen from these two teams. New Ulm in trouble again. Byron really taking command through their defensive maneuvers in the second half. Halder can't bank in the runner. Oh boy. That was a jump ball. And New Ulm trying to clap it off. Cornejo went for a spin, literally. If that happened to me, I probably would have checked out and said, all right, I'm done. Cornejo's a little tougher than me, though. 10:46 left in the second half. Foul on Byron, and they're out of fouls to give. New Ulm in the bonus the rest of the way. So Betsy Joyce will go to the line. She'll have a chance to add some points there, but she ends up blanking. This could be a bit problematic. Nowhere to go for Alexis Nelson. Balance knocked her off kilter. Benilde St. Margaret's, they're ready to go. But we've got to get through the rest of this game first. As Maddie Backer pulls up and banks in the 13-footer. Backer with 15. Stork. Here's a 3. Swish. Maddie Ohm juicing up the Byron score. Or should I say, vaulting up the Byron score. I'll show myself out again. 10:04 left in the second half. 57-43. One thing I can say about Byron's defense, they've been TNT, dynamite, in this second half as they have built up their largest lead of the game. It was back and forth in the first half, Byron taking control in the second half. And again, Byron in the Hiawatha Valley League, they have played quite well. Their 2 losses by a combined 4 points. The 2 losses New Ulm has had this year came against St. Peter and Marshall, 2 teams that are expected to be on that short list. They get another chance with St. Peter next Friday, so that could have some sway. And they also get Marshall again January 26th. So, because the conference rivalry, New Ulm does have a chance. And remember, without Brooklyn Lewis, that changes the dynamic. Benilde St. Margaret's going to attest to that. Loose ball. Byron takes control. And they will score in transition. Kayla Stork brings it home. That was the worst possible outcome you want out of a timeout. And another takeaway by Stork. She is snapping up those loose balls the way a turtle snaps up its food. Oh. She's got it. Stork, why not? Can't get the bounce there. That would have been a flex move had that 3 gone in. But Byron does lead by 16 as they have taken control of this one considerably. That's not what you want to do if you're Byron, because that's going to give New Ulm a free trip to the free throw line. First one falls for Ramsey Hop. And she makes both, but New Ulm has a lot of work to do. 59-45. Hayfield tried to make a comeback bid against Winona Carter, but wasn't able to work out for them. Byron deepening their rotation a bit. Offensive rebound, and the putback for Taylor Seeger, number 15. Byron looking just a little more poised in the second half compared to New Ulm. But as I was saying before, as Holke will go to the line for 1-and-1, when you don't have one of your top players in the lineup, it influences more than you might think. Olivia Olson, when she wasn't available for Benilde St. Margaret's, they did okay, but they had a hard time hanging with the top teams in 3A. St. Michael Albertville, they've got to go through that with Jacayla Kraft and that dislocated finger as Holke misses the front end of a 1-and-1. St. Michael Albertville still has a lot of pieces in place, but Jacayla brings so much. And if you're a Vikings fan, well, let's not bring up what happened after Kirk Cousins got hurt. Just saying, one player does not make an entire team, but when it's your top player who can make so many other pieces work, it does affect the chemistry, the fluidity, as Backer will go to the line. Double bonus time for New Ulm, but they still have a long way to go. And if Lewis is able to return, I don't know if we'll see New Ulm again in our coverage, but if Lewis is able to come back, what would that look like for New Ulm? Well, right now, I'd say a 3-point play in reverse is a welcome sight. Dreckman with the rebound and the putback. She's got 16, and it's 61-48. Byron trying to thread it to the low post. Harvey straddles the baseline. Oh, the turnaround goes up, short. Holke for 3. Hop goes high-low, and getting the finish for New Ulm is Ramsey Hop. Nope, that is Holke. Those 5s and 3s sometimes go together when you're trying to make out jerseys from up here with teams you haven't seen before. This is Harvey. Out to Nelson. Drawing the foul is Nelson. She'll shoot 2. Alexis Nelson, she will play college volleyball at Augustana next year. Division II NSIC member. 8.9 points per game and leads the team in rebounds with 5.6. New Ulm with 1 foul left to give. And Dreckman, she's got 4 fouls. That last one was on Wilson, her 3rd. So Dreckman, I'm guessing they're keeping her in there because of how valuable she is. Ooh, New Ulm almost lost it, but Backer hangs on to it. Dreckman, though, has got to be careful with the 4 fouls. You don't want to lose her, especially with this much time left. Reaching, called on Byron. So New Ulm's going to shoot 2, and Riley Wilson will go to the line. Wilson, if she could pick another place to live outside of the North Star State, she would go to Utah. There are pretty mountains, as she describes it. Picturesque, I'm getting Bob Ross vibes with all the mountains in Utah. You could probably paint a lot of mountainous landscapes there. Riley Wilson gets the front end to fall. Math is her favorite subject, and Sa, I think that's how you pronounce it, is her favorite music artist. Wilson makes both free throws, and it's a 9-point game, so New Ulm not out of this yet, but they got to play smart. Seeger, the bounce pass inside to Lexi Nelson. The Augustana volleyball commit. Too strong. Another foul, and this might be a marathon to the finish. But it's getting New Ulm to the free throw line, and even though they're not the sexiest way to score, they can add up over time if you convert them, as Dreckman is hoping to do. Daviney Dreckman, her favorite subject in school is Spanish. She is a golf and basketball athlete and likes to spend time at her family's vacation home in Arizona. Cody Johnson, but all country music is fine with Daviney Dreckman, and those free throws are just fine. It's now a 7-point margin. Like I said, free throws add up. New Ulm almost had the takeaway. Not quite. But you get the sense that New Ulm is eyeing up a way back in this. Dreckman gets the rebound. We mentioned Dreckman's involvement with Oat Streak Singers a while ago. Now she's trying to sing the praises, and guess what? More free throws. Well, I'm going to have plenty of time to highlight all the biographical tidbits I received, and I want to thank Julie Nelson for that, who helped put Julie Rogers. I'm thinking of the KARE 11 newscaster. Rogers, Nelson, they go together, right? Holke gets the front end to fall. Bruno Mars and Drake are her favorite music artists, and she is a foodie, so she likes to make and try different foods. So maybe perhaps cook, chef, something in her future. A track and basketball, oh, I take that back, a volleyball, basketball, softball athlete. It's now a 5-point game. Harvey looking to change that with the 3, and it's short. And New Ulm, they have hit their last 6 at the charity stripe. Like I said, it doesn't get on the highlight reel, but they do add up as Halder can't complete the step through. New Ulm, do they have the numbers? Dreckman's going to wedge her way inside. And you sense the pulse of excitement through her veins. She's up to 20. That foul is on Harvey. That is her force. So the big name playmakers from the two sides, both one away from disqualification. This is going to make things a whole lot more interesting from a strategic point of view. 3-point play successful for Dreckman. And it's now a 2-point game. New Ulm sensing the changing tide. Harvey tries to lob it and throws it away. New Ulm trail big. They can tie or take the lead here. This brings back vibes of the game I called last night for NSPN, Two Rivers and Hill Murray boys basketball, when Two Rivers came back from 22 down to force a tie. Hill Murray won it in the closing seconds, but you're never out of it, especially with the shot clock. This is for the lead. Backer can't get it to drop. Harvey with the rebound. Remember, she's got 4 fouls. Dreckman has 4 fouls. So we'll see how clever these two are in crunch time. Ulm to Harvey. Byron taking their time. Harvey looking to drive. And Dreckman has just fouled out of the game. Dreckman pleading her case. So New Ulm, they're going to have to do this without their top playmaker. And with 4 or 5 to go, this is critical. Byron will take a timeout. Why do I say that? Not just because Daviney is one of the leaders on this team. Stat-wise, their leading scorer is Holke, but Dreckman does so much for this team. It's reminiscent of a game that I covered during the Granite City Classic, Mountain Iron Buell and Goodhue. Mountain Iron Buell had the upper hand, but they lost Jordan Zubich midway through the second half. She fouled out with about 8-9 minutes to go, and it took Goodhue a little while, but they found their footing and took off running. And they weren't going to stop, and they didn't stop until they pulled out the win. Wow. And New Ulm already shorthanded without Brooklyn Lewis, so this is going to pose a problem. Backer's had a good game, but Dreckman had that 3-point play to make it a 2-point margin. And that could change the context, the tone of this one. Byron with 10 fouls. New Ulm used up their last foul to give, so Byron will be in the bonus the rest of the way. And both teams with 2 timeouts remaining. This is a big And I mean big. Final 4:05 here. Can Byron hang on? And remember, Kendra Harvey's got 4 fouls, so it's not like New Ulm is out of it or Byron is out of the woods. Far from it. They don't want to lose Harvey. 7 to shoot. It's Harvey. Hands it off to Cornejo for 3. It's short. Rebound. Halder. She flips it in. Paige Halder with 7. And it's a 2-possession game again. Let's see how New Ulm handles things without one of their top playmakers. A Division II commit. Stork. Checks back in for the Bears. Holke. They swing it around. Hop for 3. It's there. Her first field goal of the entire game. 63-62. Well, New Ulm is either going to learn some things about themselves or learn how to overcome adversity. The turnaround for Nelson. She can't bake it in, too strong. And New Ulm has a chance to take the lead. First time in the second half if they can pull it off. Here comes the 3 for Backer. It doesn't go in. Byron with numbers. Nelson, the bounce pass. And the finish for Kayla Stork. She's got 15. 3-point game. 2.5 to play. Nowhere to go for New Ulm, so they... Whoops. It's going to be Byron ball. New Ulm turned it over, but an official didn't know Julie Rogers was there, and they bump into each other for a bit. I don't know how I'd feel about that if I were a coach, but that would take me by surprise. Speaking of surprises, New Ulm springs one on Byron. Backer with the steal and run out. I think she wanted a foul, but got to get back, play defense. New Ulm not giving up. You like to see that after they lost Dreckman. Halder looking to go baseline. She's cut off. Oh, over to Harvey. Harvey, the pull-up. And a second chance bucket for Ulm. A New Ulm player went down along the baseline. I think that might have been Backer. And she lost it. Halder, coast to coast. 2 clutch makes in 2 different ways for Byron. New Ulm had to burn a timeout there with Hot trapped near the baseline. And the corner, I should say. Either way, she wasn't going anywhere. 71 seconds, 1:11 remains in the second half.
Twin Cities Sports Broadcasting, and a whole lot more. That's what you get from TSB Television. We provide long-lasting digital coverage of your favorite athletes from the preps to the pros. Dazzling moves.
Holloman, good if it goes. Yes!
Game winners.
James, she's in trouble. Finds James, toss shot, it goes in!
And everything in between. Before we let you go, do you want to say hi to anybody?
Oh, I don't know. That put me on the spot there.
If you want to connect with our audience, visit us at patreon.com/TSB Television or sponsor our coverage through PayPal and Cash App. Thank you for watching.
What an ending. Like we said, this is one of those crunch time games where it's back and forth, then New Ulm surging back to perhaps take the lead. Backer. New Ulm, they need a bucket as they go around the perimeter. Here's a three. Off the heel. Is that a foul or is... Yes, that's a foul. And that's it for Kendra Harvey. They haven't needed her, per se, these last couple of possessions, but that's still a big loss. And these are big free throws here for New Ulm in the double bonus. If Hop can make both, it's a one-possession game, and New Ulm can play for the stop. Hop has hit a few free throws in the first half. Double bonus here. And Byron not aware of that. Hop makes both. It's a one-possession game. New Ulm can play for the stop. They do not have to foul. They can play for a stop and tie it with a three. But they got to get the stop first. Byron, they got to do this without Harvey. Ulm. Byron going way back. Nelson, that's Stork, I should say. Halder had a couple of big plays earlier. Stork's got it. 10 to shoot. Halder. Lost it! New Ulm will have a chance. They've got one timeout left if they need it. I think Rogers is signaling to her team, get it across the timeline and then we'll draw up a play. Yes. But they got to get it across first. There it is. Julie Rogers signaling timeout. The problem was there wasn't an official nearby. It was the VAR official who signaled it. 12.9. A three would tie it. However, New Ulm is out of timeout, so if they have any trouble along the inbound here, they do not have a timeout to get them out of it. But what an ending. That is all I can say. New Ulm not giving up, staying with it, and they have a chance to perhaps force overtime in this condensed schedule at the Casson-Manderville Girls Basketball Showcase. We also want to thank the Casson-Manderville Youth Basketball Association for their sponsorship of our coverage today. It's people like you who make it possible, our broadcast coverage, that is. So, for New Ulm, what will they do? Among the players available, Backer has been their best option. She has 18 points, has a couple of threes to her credit. Wilson has a couple of threes as well. We'll have to see. With 12.9 on the clock. And again, no Brooklyn Lewis, who is working her way back from a broken hand, and no Daviney Dreckman. Here we go, 12.9. New Ulm needs a three to tie. Who will take it? Backer looking for the space. That's not the worst foul to make if you're Byron, because New Ulm now, you pretty much have to miss the second free throw here to have a chance, unless, well, you'd have to make both, then foul right away, maybe give yourself one more chance. That's the fifth on Cornejo, so she'll be done and finish with 4 points. Not the biggest loss, but, you know, when you're up three, I've heard Scott Van Pelt and others bring this up. Why not foul? Because your opponent can't take a three-point shot in that instance. Backer had to go for the intentional miss and didn't. It didn't touch rim, that is. Byron will take a timeout with 4.2 on the clock.
When the high school season is over, TSP Television goes on the highlight trail. Our highlight reels provide you with a valuable resource for recruiters and a keepsake of your favorite athlete. To learn more about our highlight reel services, contact us at tsptelevision@gmail.com.
All Byron's got to do is inbound it, take the foul, and they put a few tenths back on because no time had gone off the clock. Byron's got to get the inbound in, and they do. Now the foul comes, and Ohm will go to the line. It's 1-1 for Byron, so if Ohm misses the front end and New Ulm rebounds it, well, they could heave it. But really, all Ohm's got to do is make one. She makes this, it's a done deal. Ohm with 10 points. She does a little bit of everything. And Byron has secured the win. It will be their 4th straight. Ohm split, but she got the front end, and that's what matters most. And okay. My thought is perhaps a foul to prevent a three-point shot from getting off. Wilson at the line. And with just 2 tenths left, you can't miss this because, well, she's going to try it anyway. It wasn't going to work. There wasn't enough time. But what a fun game. Byron holds on for the 70-67 win. New Ulm had a great comeback bid. I think losing Daviney Dreckman to fouling out might have hurt them a bit. But what a finish. Byron goes to 11-2 with the win. As we continue our coverage of the Cass and Manorville Girls Basketball Showcase here at Home Federal Arena. Byron wins 70-60.
I'm joined by Kendra Harvey and Kayla Stork of Byron. Kendra, you fouled out late, but a small price to pay for a big win.
Yeah.
How did you hold off New Ulm when they made that comeback bid late in the second half?
Keeping our composure was huge, for sure. Not letting the fouls get to us, just playing the way we usually play. Yeah.
And what would you make of this season? Because Byron, it's not like they came out of nowhere, but you're at 11-2. You picked up some big wins. Your 2 losses have been by a combined 4 points. So Byron's been right there. I know they haven't had a lot of postseason history, but you're in position to perhaps add some more.
I wouldn't say we came out of nowhere. It's just we definitely put pieces together this year. We got a good transfer, and we're just playing really well as a team right now, and our defense has been amazing. It's definitely the biggest thing.
And a new head coach as well. How do you think that, I don't want to say has rejuvenated the lineup, that's not the right word, but how is that added to the mix, so to speak?
I think we had a whole new coaching change. We've got some really experienced coaches coming on. I think it really helped.
And you did a little bit of everything in this game before fouling out, and even late. I was saying Cornejo's foul might have been one of the smarter things to do up 3, but it was a back-and-forth game in the first half, and then you were able to get the upper hand and hang on to it in the second half. What is it about the composure that you think helps Byron emerge from these back-and-forth tussles?
Well, I think that they were definitely getting pretty rowdy and kind of getting mad at each other, but when we made mistakes, we were definitely just like, hey, we got the next one. And then on defense, we came and, like, if they'd score on us, we weren't trying to just force something. We were getting good looks throughout the game.
And Kayla, maybe you didn't get the 20-point game like Kendra did, but you were just as valuable. Halder had some great plays. That's what I noticed late in the game. Byron coming up with some clutch makes.
whether it was offensive rebounds, steals. They just did a little bit of everything, and that was enough to get the win. What do you think that says about the composure and the toughness of this team to get the job done?
I think that we all play for each other, and we all just want to win. It doesn't matter who's doing what. We just all play for each other and kept our composure because the end goal was just to beat them.
And to get featured in a couple of showcase events, you got to host Southern Hoops Fest. You come over here in the snow to take down a quality team in New Ulm. What would you make of this season, and what do you think it says about the potential, what this Byron team can do?
I definitely think that, starting with some new people this year, we all just want to go as far as we can. Coming in, beating Stewartville, who got second in state, I think we just want to go all the way.
Right, you got the first one. I know you play again. You're in the same conference, Hiawatha Valley, if I'm correct. So that second game, I think, will be a lot of fun. Maybe the second of three, who knows? And what would you make of the flow of this game, too, where it was back and forth? New Ulm made that run, and then a couple of players foul out, but you find a way to hang on in that last minute and keep New Ulm from springing the trap.
Yeah, I definitely think it was a lot of highs and lows, but I definitely think their composure and overall team morale wasn't great, but we all just kept moving on and kept playing for each other, which helped us get the win.
A couple of things that I want to touch on here. Kendra, I understand you are a participant, a volunteer with Minnesota Unified.
Yeah.
Because you have a sister with Down syndrome. You call her one of your best friends. So what is it about that bond the two of you have, and how did that inspire you to continue this advocacy with Unified?
I don't know. It's always been something I really kept close to my heart, people doing that stuff. And my sister Kylie, she has Down syndrome, so just knowing that I'm meeting kids and how she really enjoys meeting people, and sometimes people aren't always the most welcoming. So knowing that I can make a difference for other kids, I just love it.
When I read that story, my first thought went to Mara Braun, who does a lot of work with Special Olympics, Unified at Wayzata in Minnesota. I don't know how closely you follow the college circuit, the pro circuit, but was there any inspiration, or does it feed into your psyche a little more to see that, hey, one of the biggest names at Minnesota is doing what you're doing for Unified and other kids with special needs?
I didn't really know she did it. My mom got me introduced to it when I was in third grade. I've kind of kept up with it ever since. And my sister's participated in Special Olympics, so I've kind of always watched and followed it. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad the two of you have been able to share many moments through that work, and I imagine everyone in the Byron community is proud to see you take up that initiative and remind everyone that there's more to this sport than how many points you score. And Kayla, what are some of the activities that we can find you taking up when you're not hooping it up?
I'm in Unified as well. I started that this year. They didn't have it in middle school, so I started in high school, and I think a lot of the same things that she hit on. It's just fun to get to know kids who aren't always able to do everything that we can do, but helping them through everything.
So I take the two of you probably are doing things together then, and I'm guessing the two of you have learned a lot as well, because you're right. Maybe they can't do all the things we can, but if you hang around these people, you discover some of the amazing things they can do.
For sure, yeah. They're some of the best people you'll ever meet, 100%.
Yeah, I agree. I think that you learn more from them, too, than they sometimes learn from you.
Well, I have a feeling the two of you will get to make a lot more memories through that and through your work in Byron uniforms in the future seasons. You put in a lot of work today to get this win. Before you go, you want to say hi to anybody?
I don't really have anyone to say hi to.
Not even your Stars teammates? Because I'm sure they'll be watching this.
Hi, Sam.
Sam, Kendall, I think Tatum was a part of that group.
She left us, though.
She left us. Ella, is she still around?
Yep.
Oh, wow. Wow, I thought they were so much for loyalty. No, I'm kidding. I tease.
Just Tatum left us.
Just Tatum, okay.
We still love Tatum.
Okay, well, all right. Yeah, it is an extended family here. What about you, Kayla? You want to say hi to anybody?
Just my Rise teammates. A lot of them were on New Ulm that we played, so we beat them, but they're still my teammates.
Well, it gives you a little smack talk when you meet up in the spring, right? You know what, though? It might give them some motivation. Maybe they get you next year, but you don't have to worry about that for now. And thanks for stopping by. Congrats on the win, and have a safe trip back.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's Kendra Harvey. And Kayla Stork of Byron will have more from the Cass and Manorville Girls Basketball Showcase shortly.